Hi, if you're a Star Wars fan, here is a great weekend project to undertake called the Darth Vader Command Center project. The info and the 3D printed STL files are posted on hackster.io. Basically, this project has 6 features and uses the Particle Photon as the controller. You can implement all the 6 features or choose a handful that meets your requirements. Here are the features explained. The first feature uses the DHT11 sensor to display the temperature and humidity of your room on the OLED screen. The next 2 features involves displaying the weather conditions in your city. For this, you will have to turn the potentiometer knob, which is connected to the particle photon, which then triggers an IFTTT recipe, which displays the high and low temperature. To get to the IFTT recipes, which I have made public, you can use the link in the video description or also mentioned in the post on hackster.io. As you see, I have made 4 recipes public. The one that we are using currently is the send high low temperature to the OLED display. To get to the next weather related recipe, you'll have to turn the potentiometer knob to the next position. As you see on the OLED display, it currently says it's partially cloudy today. The recipe used in this case is called sending weather conditions to the photon. It seems pretty accurate as it is still cloudy here in Toronto, Canada. The next recipe involves sending a surf report to the OLED display of your favorite beach. To do this, I move the position of the potentiometer to the next position using the dial, and this should display the surf rating if the conditions are good or higher. In this case, when I move the dial, it shows that there is no surf report available and to go and check surfline.com. This potentially could mean that the conditions are not favorable and the recipe that you see on the screen did not trigger. This recipe ideally shows the wave height as well, and that would get displayed on your OLED display. The next recipe is for you if you're a Twitter fanatic and want to check if you have been mentioned in a tweet. So what this recipe does is it's basically a recipe that checks if you have been mentioned in your tweet. As you see here, I'm testing this with another account that I created about a year back, and I'm sending myself a mention as part of the tweet, which then triggers the recipe, which should then show the tweet on the OLED display, as you see here. And this also triggers the NeoPixels to a color blue through the transparent 3D printed PLA parts. Now to reset the Twitter message, you need to move the dial all the way to the right, which takes the potentiometer value close to 0, which basically turns the NeoPixels off as well as displays your favorite quote. In my case, I just want like at this point to thank Hackster.io and Particle.io for sending me the Particle Photon to complete this project. The next feature involves sending a message from a web page on your laptop or tablet. So basically, as part of this feature, you send a message which then calls a spark function on the particle photon, which then displays the message on the OLED display as well as triggers the NeoPixels to go and change colors. To reset the message, you will have to move the potentiometer dial to the far right, which would then take the potentiometer value close to 0, which would reset the message as well as turns the NeoPixels off. For the detailed steps to build your own Dark Vader command center, refer to the link in the video description below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.